This is what I opened to today, 2 Samuel, so I'm going to start reading it. And this is a really cool study Bible, by the way. Anyway, it says, why read this book? Right here. And I'm going to read what it says. It says, sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror. Standing face to face with yourself, you might be shocked to see your flaws and failures and prefer to look away. You might ask, how could God ever love me? David, King David, whose story begins in 1 Samuel and continues in 2 Samuel, could have asked that question. He knew struggle, sorrow, and sin, but he also experienced God's persistent love. David was someone we can all identify with. In this book, we see that no matter how great his triumphs, no matter how he failed, no matter how deep his despair, God's love was always with him. And who wrote this book? It says like 1 and 2 Samuel, or like 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel was written anonymously. It's possible the author compiled records of Samuel, Nathan, and Gad. Nathan was a prophet. Why was it written? To trace the history of Israel from the death of Saul, who was the first king of Israel, to the end of David's reign, who was the best king of Israel. When was it written? Probably sometime after the death of Solomon, who was David's son and the wisest and richest man that ever lived, and the division of the kingdom. And it says what to look for in 2 Samuel. Look for God's hand in human events. David rose to power because God selected him. David's heroic exploits were possible because God was with him. And David's disappointments, such as his adultery and the rebellion of his son Absalom, show God's justice and mercy in response to sin. So, I guess I've read this book several times. I'm going to read it again. And David had a very interesting life. And I'm going to start reading it.